guys, welcome back to Operation RV. I am super thrilled for this video, as I am pretty much on all the videos I put out, but today we are doing cold side and hot side. So stick around, guys, because I'm going to show you how I go ahead and put 3-inch full exhaust all the way out the back, and we get the cold side all buttoned up, and we're going to get this thing turnkey. So stick around, look no further. Here we go. Hey guys, so if you're interested in my build, what I'm going to be doing is down there in the description, I'm going to have links all through Amazon. And today what we're doing, I got a bunch of exhaust piping, I have flanges, I have some flex couplers, even stuff that I'm doing with my wastegates. It's all going to be linked down there. So if you want to go ahead and kind of mirror image the build that I'm doing here, just click on those links. It'll take you straight to Amazon. You'll go ahead and put everything in your cart. And if you guys are Prime, which I'm pretty sure most of us are, even free shipping too. So you're helping out my channel, you're helping build up my algorithms and everything else. So let's show you what we got here going on these parts. We have a 4-bolt turbo back flange and gasket. We have a 3-inch flex coupler for your exhaust. And this isn't just the cheapy stuff here that just has the webbing on the outside, as you see. It's got the corrugating, the bends inside too, so the durability will last a long time on that. So these two will be linked down in the description. Go ahead and click on that if you are curious and want to add these to your build, and it'll take you straight to Amazon so you can check out. So this is going to be my GT3582 Turbo. It's a T3, T4, 4-bolt flange here. I'll go ahead and link that down there, so you can go ahead and pick that up on Amazon as well. Along with my 4-inch intake filters, you can go ahead and get those down there in Amazon. Along with my EMUSA or Emusa 38mm wastegates, and also my Tial or Tial blow-off valve. It is imitation, but it's basically the same thing as Tial. That will also be linked down in the description, so you go ahead and pick that up in Amazon. Along with my carb hat here. And the Carb Spacer. So let's go back and see what else we got here going down in the parts list. All right, guys, here's the box of from JY Performance here. That's also going to be linked down in my description. Amazing deal, guys, for these mandrel bent exhaust piping. This is 3-inch all the way back. It even has your flared ends. And so what we have is we have two 48-inch straights, we have two U-bends, we have two 90s, and also have two 45s, which I've already kind of been using that, mocking up on my passenger side here. They're oiled, so you don't got to worry about rust. It's got the good rust prevention on it for shipping. That's going to be linked down in the description also. All right, so for this hot side on the wastegates and my turbo back exhaust, I'm using this Blue Demon stuff. I love it. I've used nothing other than this so far in all my builds. It's a 309 LFCO, and it's 0.35. That'll also be linked down in Amazon for that. All right, guys, you can't forget about the meat and potatoes. I'll go ahead and drop this down there in the comments too, where you can pick this up. This is my Blue Demon 140 MIG. It's also a stick welder, flux core welder. Thing is a bad boy for a budget welder. Got a couple comments on the hood, so I'll go ahead and throw that down in the comments too, where you can click that link, take you over to Amazon, pick this bad boy up along with my gloves here. These things are amazing, and I've seen my arms numerous times. So I went ahead and mocked up the passenger side here, and because I want to kind of go ahead and get a good idea on how this is going to work out and save and tackle the driver's side for you guys. We'll be doing step-by-step process, but I'll go ahead and show you what I've done so far. And this is just, of course, temporary, just so I can get my angles and everything mocked up. But we got the flange tacked. We got the 45. We got that tacked over here to the 48 that I had to cut down, and the flex coupler there, 3-inch. So we'll go underneath and show you what I got going on under there. All right, guys, so we're up underneath here. I'm on the passenger side in between the transmission and the frame here. And that's my flex piece that I showed you up top. So my idea in the spacing here is I'll be able to put my 45 right out through here and have it come right back this way, all the way through here to the camera, all the way to the back that way. And I went ahead and decided to put the flex coupler in there because it's going to alleviate vibration on the exhaust that's back here, and you want to minimize as much stress as we possibly can on the turbo back up here, just so you know everything is solid. And I doubt it'll happen, but if you know a weld or something decided to crack or whatever because of high vibration, you know, this is going to eliminate that. So pretty excited on that. So we'll go ahead and get this all wrapped out too, and we're going to go ahead and get started on the driver's side. All right, so here's the passenger side, which I just showed you the mock-up, what we have here. So here's going to be the interesting part where I'm going to be taking you guys along for the ride to show you pretty much some hard work that I have in store for myself. So first and foremost, as you probably see, if I pan out here, my build is, I'm trying to do a mirror image. So we got the mirror image here on the turbos, we got the mirror image on the wastegates, and everything's kind of unison, everything, you know, through the cold side. Same thing on the hot side. You know, I want the hot side kind of going out this way, bent back down into the trans, same as I want on this side over here. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to hold you the 45 here up against the turbo back, and you see I have some interference. So what I'm going to do to kind of save myself a lot of headache and bring you guys along for the ride is I'm going to go ahead and just take off my power steering, I'm sorry, my brake master cylinder. I'm going to go ahead and take these two bolts out, and I'm going to sit this over here to the side and basically bend over my brake lines, and it's going to allow me to have the room that I need for that spacing. And I'm going to go ahead and move over here to kind of give you an idea. So this 3-inch tube is going to go right next to that header that you see on the left, right in between my rag joint there on the steering box. It's going to go straight back down, and it's still going to give me my unison look to match the passenger and the driver's side. The other thing I'm taking into consideration is also the side views. Of course, it's not bolted up yet, so it will be up a few degrees. But I want everything's going to be parallel, horizontally and vertically, just so everything is unison and looks good. Also from each of the sides. Alright, get this bad boy off. Alright, so we're going to pull this off the brake booster here carefully. And just bring this back a little bit. Ultimately, that's the idea, is instead of making a mess everywhere, just go ahead and unbolt it here. We'll put it over to the side, and then I'm going to show you here what it's going to look like. I'm going to put this pipe up next to it. Some good old 3-inch turbo back. Super thrilled for that. So that's what I was trying to do here. So it alleviated a lot of room so we can get this tweaked around and worked. So ultimately, we'll get this positioned in here correctly. We'll go ahead and get it tacked and welded. Then I'll go ahead and put back the brake master cylinder on the booster there, and we'll reroute the brake lines here in the future. All right, so I went ahead and just got the flange here, the 4-bolt flange, managed to the 3-inch exhaust there. And I just got it kind of anchored down with a couple tie downs. The gasket obviously will still go in there. Got plenty of room, but I wanted to show you guys how I kind of get my ankles down, especially when you're working by yourself and in tight spaces. So I already have the bend there kind of tack welded. I'm going to go underneath and I'm going to show you how I go ahead and get this measured to make sure they're both parallel and even on each side, just because I'm trying to make a equal design here on all the parts that we have duplicates. So let's go underneath the truck and we're going to see how I get this done. All right, so we're underneath the truck here, looking out to the front there towards the motor. We're right above the trans pan. What you're looking at here is the driver's side. So what I'm trying to do here is go over to this passenger side right there and kind of get a mirror image on how much I need to come over here to get this pipe cut off. So let me see if I can do this one-handed and good here. So what you're going to need is a pen or a marker and some patience. So let's squeeze under here. I'll show you what we got. All right, so you can see my mark there, the one on the left, not the one on the right. That was the measurement before, I guess, the prelim one. So now let me go ahead and use my other hand, pardon me, and get this situated. All right, so it's situated now. So let's pan out and you'll be able to see how they're actually. All right, guys, so we're bench side here. I'm just going to take the good old cut off wheel and go ahead and cut this end off. And then what we're going to do is go over here to the Blue Demon and we're going to tack this flex coupler on, and then we're going to go back under the truck, get a good measurement, come back and weld everything up. Let's get to it. All right, I got her all cinched up here, mocked up to let you see the bend now. So as you see, it goes right down, straight back down in there. And you zoom in and you should be able to see that flex coupler there. And essentially, it's going to mirror image this side when I get it all plumbed up. So let's go underneath and check it out. All right, so we are underneath, and this is the passenger side. Let's go ahead and pan over so you can kind of see that there. And as you can tell here, let me go ahead and zoom in. That flex coupler there is now even with this one here. So let's go ahead and zoom up inside, up in the frame here. So now what I'm going to do is right here off of this flex coupler, I'm going to 45 over and all the way through here in between the cab and then the cross members, and I'll go ahead and pan out a little bit further all the way through. So I'm going to kind of stop here and let's go get the rest of this all welded up. All right, guys, check it out. We're good. We got a good mirror image going on. I just got to get the bolts bolted up, and I'm going to get them wrapped. Same on this side too. Clearance is perfect. I'm going to put my finger right in here between the brake master cylinder. Again, I am going to wrap those. Perfect all the way down, all the way through. Truly excited on that. And so let's move on. Backside video, kind of demonstrate here what it all looks like. Coming along pretty good. So we are totally finished with the 3-inch turbo back exhaust here. I went ahead and had to do, I went ahead and bent back the corner cab there just slightly hair. Nothing too crazy, but it did give some extra space. We'll go into the truck here in a minute to show you. We definitely have flex room. The exhaust downstairs isn't bolted up yet, but I had to do a pie cut here, which you can see slightly. So I went ahead and did a quick slit, bent the angle, the pipe down a little bit, re-weld it, and then check it out, guys. Super stoked on that. So we got it side mounted here, pretty much right here on the side of the door, right behind the emblem there. And I do have it kind of canted that way. And we'll go ahead and come over here to the driver's side. Got that one all fixed up too, so let's go underneath and check it out. All right, look at that, guys. Complete mirror image. Driver's side here, passenger there. And let's go ahead and see if we can climb aboard and go underneath so I can show you what we got. Oh yeah. Sorry, it's a little rocky, guys, in the garage here. Yeah. Super excited how this came out, guys. Let's go ahead and go up here and take a look. There we are. Don't freak out on the fuel hose yet. I'll be working on that next down the line here. So we got perfect clearance right up here up top, on the sides, and on the bottom here. Let's see if I can focus. All right, yep, right there. There we are. So yeah, guys, it's complete side exhaust here, so let's go ahead and go up top. Look at that, YouTube. Man, I'm super stoked how this came out, guys. Look at that. That's gonna be sick. Sick. Nothing better when I get the two-step on here and start throwing some 3-foot flames out the side. Can't wait for that. Oh yeah. All right, 3-inch turbo back's all buttoned up. Go ahead and see if we can squeeze down in here. Take a look next to the ride joint there. We got perfect clearance on that. See if we can focus. It is gonna be heat wrapped. You guys might notice right off the bat too, there's a couple different welds in there, and I had to kind of pie weld around, which it come out perfect. This is not on yet, but let me go ahead and demonstrate. So we have, looks about 1-inch clearance on the brake master cylinder there. Awesome clearance down over here, straight all the way back. So once we get this wrapped up, guys, man, she is gonna be screaming. Super stoked how this came out, guys. Boy, oh boy. All right, that's a wrap on the hot side. It's now time for the cold side. I am truly excited for this because you know what? One step closer of finishing Project Blue. So stick around, look no further, because we're gonna get in cold side all installed today. Let's check it out. All right, guys, we're gonna go from this to this. Hey guys, real quick, so right down there in the description, I'm gonna have every single link of each item that we're going to be installing today to get the full cold side completely installed. And all you have to do is just click on each item that you're referencing, and it'll go ahead and direct you right over to Amazon. It'll throw it right into your shopping cart, and you guys are good to go. You can go ahead and get everything that I have here for a mock-up build just like this on your own. So let's check. You want to go ahead and grab a drill or even a wrench. Go ahead and grab a 10mm wrench or a 10mm socket. Make sure you have your housing extension there, because that might come in handy for you. Also, you want to grab your handy Super Clean. If you haven't seen this yet, go ahead and check out my other video here at my end card. And you can also click on my Amazon account and go ahead and pull this over in the link and go ahead and check out and get that as well. This is going to help down wiping everything down because it is aluminum with fingerprints and all that once we get the build done. So real quick, this is kind of everything in a nutshell. I'll try to go over it as quickly as I can so we can go ahead and get the building done. But as you see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 silicone couplers, okay? The ends are going to be 3-inch, okay, by 2.5. Okay, the 2.5 is going to go to the induction side of the actual turbo itself, okay? The 3-inch is actually going to go to the piping here. Just like for the other side, we need 2 of those. So 2 3-inch by 2.5. That's going to be for each side of your turbos, okay? So for the right side on mine, and if you're dealing with the F100 truck, you're going to need an 18-inch by 3-inch aluminum pipe. Make sure what you get has the beveled edges on all these because under serious power load and boost, you don't want your boots to go ahead and bust off. So this kind of eliminates that once the couplers are kind of locked down, okay? So we're going to need 1, 2, 3. We're going to need 3 3-inch by 3-inch couplers, okay? And then we're going to need a 3-inch by 4-inch adapter here. That's going to go in the center. We got a 3-inch by 3-inch silicone 90, and then we have a 3-inch T to a 38mm adapter for a Tial or Tial blow-off valve. This is important here to make sure you got that. And make sure this side is for V-band clamps. That's going to be really pertinent to get this adapted properly. Next, we have a 3-inch by 4-inch silicone coupler. And what that's going to do is go from the actual blow-off valve to the carb hat here. So this is going to be 4-inch. And here's all the stats for the carb hat. So it's going to be for all 4-inch tubes. And you can pretty much put it on any carb or TBI with the 5 1/8 inch neck. And that's the schematics. And then go ahead and pick up every single one of these in my cart. And let's go ahead and get this built. This is the 3x3x3 Y. And what this is going to do is going to allow you to go from left side to right side turbo and then up to the actual carburetor or your EFI, however you choose to go ahead and get this powered. But it's 3x3x3. These are sometimes called velocity stacks. It is a 2-inch. It's aluminum, and it does have a flat plate, so it'll actually butt up against the gasket, and it has an embedded rubber gasket on top, so you get a really good seal on this carb hat. All right, guys, let's get all this done. So real quick, I think the order of operation here that's going to work best for us is to start with, as I call the main meat and potatoes here. So we're going to kind of start here. We're going to move out this way and pan out left and right to each turbo. All right, so what you want to do is go ahead and get your velocity stack. This is definitely going to help tremendously, guys, with air and fuel optimization as the boost pushes the air down into the actual carburetor. Because if you think about it, you're actually reducing it just by setting the carb hat here. The carb hat's about that tall. So by adding a couple extra inches, it's going to help the air get down into the venturis here and through the carb tunnels and help automize the fuel. So this is definitely an added must for any type of boost reference carb. After that, you want to go ahead and grab your carb hat, and this is kind of what it looks like here. It all is looks like cast aluminum, very sturdy, very durable. And for the price of this, guys, these carb hats, other brands are anywhere from 100, 200, 300, even plus on this. And there's no additional boost markings. It's solid, so you can go ahead and drill wherever you want and tap in and put you know, your reference for your boost gauge. So guys, for the price that I paid for this, it's really not comparable out there, and that's the part number. Go ahead and set that down just like this. And it's pretty much going to sit like that. So now what you want to do is go ahead and get your carb wing nut or your cap nut here. And we're not going to tightly secure it just because we will need to move this around. All right, next I'm going to go ahead and get my 4" by 3" silicone coupler here. And again, I'm not putting this on, you know, firm. It's just going to go in here lightly because we're going to have to make some adjustments as we get each one of these kind of in place here. So as you see, it's on the lip there, and we can go ahead and keep on. And what I like best, that I think looks best on the appearance, is having the clamps here, the T-bolt clamps, face down, just because I think it looks better than having a bunch of metal pointed up on top. So it's kind of like how I like to have mine set up. All right, next we're going to go with the blow-off valve T here, and this is 3" by 3" by a 38mm V-band clamp. And I already have the actual blow-off valve set in there pretty tight on that. So we're just going to slide this in here like that and keep going on. All right, guys, now I'm going to go ahead and move over to the driver's side turbo. I'm going to go ahead and grab your 18" by 3" aluminum tube here, and your 3 by 2.5" silicone coupler or boost coupler. And again, we're just going to kind of lightly put that in there, make sure it goes over the ribbed mark. You don't want to push too firm because we're going to make some adjustments here momentarily. And then what we're going to do is I'm now going to take you on the turbo side. We're going to go ahead and put this on the turbo induction side, and then we're going to move over to the passenger. All right, so we're now on the back side of the turbo. This is the exhaust port, and these are where the bearings are, my brace, and the turbo induction here with the breather. So kind of let you know where I'm at. So now you want to go ahead and take this right up in here like that. The squeeze isn't too bad. I'm just going to have to move around the V-band clamp, and I'll show you here in a second. But just go ahead and get that kind of wrapped up around the turbo part of the induction there. And I'll go ahead and bring it around so I can kind of show you what I was referring to on the fit. So right in between here on the actual turbo brace that I built, it's still fine. It's a little snug there. But that's it. It's all the way through on the back side here. Even helps with the fans and all that other good stuff. All right, we're going to move over to the passenger. All right, so now you want to go ahead and grab your 12" by 3", and we're going to put this on the 90 here. Just in case you're following along and pushing through the video, which I hope you're not, you want to kind of just lightly put it on the edge there, because we'll go ahead and change all the schematics up once we get everything fully tight and centered. All right, so let's go ahead and go over here and I'll show you the induction. All right, so here's a good view here. I got my camera posted up on my alternator, looking back out towards the passenger side of the truck here. Same as the driver's side, you want to kind of just go ahead and slide this in. Carefully, you want to make sure whatever wires you have, that they're in place or out of place on where you want them. And go ahead and slip this right over. That's simple. All right, let's go ahead and start with the T. All right, so I'm going to kind of pan out here. This is kind of what we've done. So we started this side first. Go ahead and take this off. Just keep dust and everything off of them. We went ahead and ran this one first, and then we went over here to this side and ran that one. So that's kind of what you're looking at from a top view standpoint. Now we're going to take this T here. I'm going to tee up from the bottom up here, going that way towards the carb hat. super stoked how all this is coming along. And to be quite honest, guys, if you got your F100 platforms with these small blocks and a lot of the smog stuff taken off, even maybe the big blocks too, hopefully this guys will help reference out my build here with the measurements, the parts, and make it a little bit easier for you guys. But that's my thought process. All right, we're almost there, guys, about halfway. All right, so now we got the 3x3x3 T. We got two of these couplers here, got one here and one over here too. So we're gonna go ahead and go downtown, and we're gonna start with these couplers, and we're gonna put a coupler here and a coupler here, and then interface this Y. All right, guys, so we're up top here. I think this is gonna be a good view. So we're gonna grab our T, we'll go ahead and get our coupler here. We're gonna set that on there like that. And after looking at this, what I think I might have to do first is take this off, and then I'll demonstrate on what we're gonna do to get it put on here. So go ahead and let's remove that. I'm gonna set this up out of the way momentarily. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this T here, and I'm gonna put it on the longer 18-inch pipe, which I guess it would be the driver's side. I'm gonna go ahead and get that slipped on like that. And here's where the adjustments are gonna start needing to be made with the carb hat, getting everything kind of centered up and stuff like that. So go ahead and get the other coupler here on that T, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to take this part that we had setting on the side here, and we're going to insert that 12-inch aluminum tube here into that coupler, and then we're going to go ahead and attach it to the induction. Go ahead and get this 3-inch coupler. We're going to push it all the way onto the blow-off valve T, just like that. Next, go ahead and grab your 90 3-inch coupler with a 3-inch aluminum adapter, and we're going to insert it there. I'm going to insert the front part here and the bottom part here. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get the drill out with that 10mm and go ahead and cinch every single one of these T-bolt couplers down, and we're good to go on that. I'm going to grab this super clean, clean it all off, call it a day. All right, so we're underneath her here, looking up towards the top. And we got it all cinched down all the way across. And let's go up top. Hot and cold side complete. All right, so we're gonna get some of this super clean. We're gonna get this all jazzed up. All right, guys, we got the good stuff here. We're just gonna go spread it on our microfiber towel. Let's go ahead and we're gonna wipe her all down, get all our fingerprints off. And guys, this has been a fun build on this hot and cold side. Seriously, like a lot of fab on the weld and the exhaust, but the intake here on the induction side was almost like Legos. Loved it. So follow me on Instagram. You have my link up there in the toolbar, and of course, if you check on the about on YouTube, it'll take you over there too. So stick around, guys. What we're going to be doing, guys, we're going to be doing a vacuum block. That way we can go ahead and tie in all of our boost vacuum into one unit. It cleans everything up nicely. We're going to be removing the old naturally aspirated fuel regulator and install a boost reference fuel pressure regulator. We're also going to do an oil catch can, all new fuel line. We're also going to do a high pressure electric fuel pump underneath blue here. So y'all stick around. We're like 95% done, guys. And go ahead and check everything down in the description. All the parts here on the build, hot and cold side, you can find them there. Head over to Amazon. You can go ahead and check out and get all those necessary items. Also, too, I'm now new to Instagram, so you can go ahead and click on my banner, or you can also click on the About and my YouTube. And you can follow along on Instagram too, so you can get all my latest. Guess what? Hey, hit that super thanks button. Help support my channel. You can donate anywhere from $1 up to $500, whatever. It definitely helps. I put everything back in my channel. Guys, again, thanks for continuing along, and until next time, God bless.